The very definition of a love it or hate it gun, the Balthazar is the go-to choice if you wanna feel like a big man. It has its detractors, some would say many, but also a loyal group of lovers who can't stop popping shots from this big blaster. Let's talk about the 357 Balthazar. We could play the name game here, going over the many old and religious characters from different media and novels and such, but we don't really have to guess when the description has a quote from the homeboy himself. Leave only allies behind. Saint Balthazar. I couldn't find any record of any guy named Balthazar saying that, let alone a saint. You know, the one that slid some myrrh to Jesus in the Bible? I don't know much about all that, but I do know Father Gabriel said the same thing to Aaron in The Walking Dead Season 11.
Leave only allies behind.
And what's Rick Grimes' go-to man-stopper? The Colt Python, which is a 357 Magnum. Sure, our old Balthy might look more like a Chiappa Rhino, but I still think it's possible that this gun is more Walking Dead than it is Walking Saint. But probably both. Or maybe even neither?
Your pick.
God damn it, the Balthazar really is a complicated gun. Seeing as revolver-class guns share the lowest pool of weapons to choose from, alongside rifles, style points have much more weight when making comparisons between the four heaters. For durability, it comes in 4th place, a rough start for the big guy. And I honestly don't know why it's living at the bottom of the barrel here. Design-wise alone, the Pulsar looks like it's coming apart at the seams, and it's number 1. Unlike the roster of pistols, revolvers don't vary too much with damage. And the 3 guns not named Wyatt Pulsar are all tied for number 1. But, like, you can charge the Wyatt Pulsar to do a boatload more damage, so is this even a fair assessment? Probably not. So I guess that means the Balthy boy takes another 4th place. Oh, what's that? You want another? Once again, the chosen one comes out on top, and the Balthazar shares the 4th place spot with the other rejects for RPM. Being a stay-at-home dad with a toddler running around, I've gotten pretty good at counting. For example, the Balthazar has a capacity of 4 bullets. That puts it in 4th place once again. Recoil is 4th place. Don't make me talk more shit on the big dog, please. Let me guess, a big stinky wait, 2nd place in spread? All the sacrifices made in the other categories led to this, being runner-up to the Wyatt Pulsar. And of course, the Balthazar comes in 1st place for style. With its big frame and slick silver coat, even looking at it raises your testosterone. It's not just about the looks, but the feeling you get when shooting the double-action, double-sized big steel that is the 357 Balthazar. Hi Sulfies, it's me, Future Dot. I'm not here to warn you about anything, I'm here to explain why I did a revolver breakdown without the Blackwater. Well, that's because I recorded all of this stuff a few days before the Telia support update, which added the Blackwater to the game. I would essentially have to remake a lot of this video if I was to add the Blackwater stats to the weapon pool and compare it to the Balthazar and everything else, and I just feel like the video turned out pretty good in my opinion.
It's astounding.
And I just don't want to do that, and I'm sorry if that upsets you. If it really pisses you off, make sure to request the Blackwater for the next video, and I'll immediately get you the stat comparisons there. I'm going back to the future now, or actually, it'll be the past. This is really confusing, and it already hurts my head. I'm leaving. See you guys. I'm not the normal Dot that you've been watching will still be there. Don't worry. If you build it, he will come. That's what Jesus Christ said right before he built his 10th Ploika sniper. But today we're building a Balthazar. Sure, 12 gauge is great on any gun, but with all the statistical issues we face with the Balthazar, we need any advantage we can get. There's one oil that goes hand in hand with any 12 gauge build in Sulfur. An oil that gives a staggering plus 30 flat damage at only the cost of money drops from enemies. Acetic oil, you know, the cute little star, the North Star maybe? Is that what the the three wise men, like, followed to get to Jesus? Is that where that story's from? Or is that just, like, to get out of the woods? I apparently don't know anything at all. Another great companion to a low flat damage build is Tandem, siphoning off 15% damage while giving an extra projectile and 0.7 spread, because there's always a catch, goddammit. Here's where we get weird. You might even say exotic. Barrel oil, which will give us -2 spread at the cost of -25% durability, but that's just the start. Now we're gonna toss on dead center oil. That chops off another 2 spread at only an increase of 1 for recoil, which will be basically unnoticeable at such a low RPM. To wrap up the enchantment side of things, we get to play the age-old game of glass cannon versus slow punch. We don't want to nerf our durability too much. Perfect Random already took care of that for us, so we'll go with slow punch. Alright, hear me out. M87 Albatross. What do you think? What if I told you it can negate the damage penalty from Tandem by giving us an extra 15% damage? Sure, we take a small hit to spread with 0.25 added on, but we now get 15% crit chance and -10% durability. If we want to live up to the complicated reputation of the 357 Balthazar, we gotta use a complicated barrel attachment. It just makes sense. No sight for me, that would mean even more thinking. Plus, it's one of the few guns with an iron sight that I actually like ADSing with. That added crit chance from the Albatross coming up clutch right now. As always, we need insurance and we need a laser sight. I chose magenta. It looks pretty enough to me. According to my computer's calculator, this gun should be doing around 1,488 damage if you multiply the two numbers provided in the stats. You can get that up to 2,592 if you wear 4 sheriff stars and 3,632 if you wear a full cowboy outfit with the hat, the vest, and the boots, plus the stars. So you should have no problem using this powerhouse throughout your entire Sulfur experience, being able to 1 or 2 shot almost any enemy. So yeah, yeehaw, partner, you know what I'm saying? It might not be as iconic as the Dirk, even though both guns were featured in hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades, but it is a one-of-a-kind experience wielding Big Daddy, and in a game where every gun can be good once you understand building, that'll do just fine any day of the week. But if we're being honest, it probably does need some love. A couple of buffs to bring it to the same level as the others in its class. When I asked which gun you guys wanted to see next, I wasn't expecting such a wide variety of requests. Y'all came at me with more than 20 different guns, but the Balthazar beat them all out because its supporters are strong together. Same situation this time. Please comment which gun you'd like to see, and whichever one gets the most comments will be the subject of our next portfolio. Members! I might have just scared myself a little bit with that, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think I was gonna go that loud, my bad. But it's only because I get so excited to talk about these guys who go out of their way to give some extra support to my family and I every month, even though they don't have to do it, they do it anyways. I want to extend a huge thank you to the 1-year members. You guys are crazy for doing that. And we can't forget about the homie pluses like KT Monkey, Wicked Wicker, Filthy Weeb 776, and of course Anton Stills, who's also a 1-year member. We went over this last time. I just love them all so much. And the homie golds, always shining so bright. We got Slick Willie 988 and Dookie Booty. Hoo-wee, that's a good-looking group of people, all of which might or might not like the Balthazar, because if you put a group of people together, it's probably half and half. Like it, love it. We went over, that's the same thing I said at the beginning of the video. Guys, come on. You're not paying attention? Oh, you guys know I'm just trolling you. I care about each and every one of you, especially if you watch to the end for the extra bit about the randomizer from Kevin's build helper, seeing if it can defeat the build that took me hours to make in a matter of milliseconds. Let's see what you got, Kevo. Okay. I also want to give a reminder that you can use the sheriff stars for that 15% bonus damage to revolvers. I guess I should have said that somewhere in there, but this is a good place to... Oh my god, are we doing no damage? Are we doing like 0 damage? Hold on a second, I didn't look at the stats. I just ran in here. Is it 0? Is it 0? Oh fuck!